All right. Good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Empowering Morning Coaching Conversations, session number 925. And special thanks and gratitude to all those people who have been with us for such a long time. I truly appreciate your company and your support to take this journey forward. All right, guys. So somebody's mic is unmuted, so we are hearing some background noise. Can you please mute yourself? Okay. So there's something written on the screen. If you can, one of you can read that. Punan, can you read this, please, on behalf of everybody else, loud?
Yes, sir. It's written that, do you wish to change something? Deal with what stops change from happening. So there are two questions. Do you wish to change something? Deal with what stops change from happening.
Yep. Thank you very much for that. So do you wish to change something? So obviously, change means change for the better, no? If you look at what we are doing most of the time, unconsciously resisting and reacting. And what do we resist and react to? What is it that we resist? And what is it that we react to? Anybody? If you look at your life today, not generally, if you look at specifically in your life, what do you resist and react to? What do you resist? What did you react? What makes you react? Yes, Vilas.
First thing, we register change, and that is from comfort zone to the painful area.
Mm-hmm.
And second thing, what you ask, what you resist and what you.
What is it that you react to most of the time? Notice we are reacting.
Reacting, yeah.
Pratikriya जिसको
the situations which is coming on the way means.
वो तो है specifically आप देखिए. We all react to something or the other. Like for example, actually, you know, look at it in your life. जो ज़्यादातर आप react किस बात को लेके करते हो? When everything's going fine, you don't react, no?
Yeah. Default mode, there is no reaction.
Really?
This
Default mode में सबसे ज़्यादा reaction होता है. Really? What you're saying is that when life is going smoothly, then there's no reaction, right? So when do you react? Everybody has a trigger, no? When it happens, we'll react. If somebody is rude to me, I could react earlier. Now I don't.
Unusual situation or something new or
something which you don't like.
Yeah. Something I don't like, correct.
Something that you are not in allowance. You know what? If you cannot be in allowance to something, you will start reacting either overtly or in your mind you will be reacting. See, there is a lot of silent reactions also we do, and that's what makes us so tired in the evening. Na? Good.
Mentally,
something. Mental reaction bhi hoti hai na?
Absolutely, sir.
So just look at it. See, it's an indication that something needs to change within you or outside of you when we are reacting, or especially when we are resisting. Because chalo reaction aaya aur chala gaya, that's not so bad, right? But jab reaction aaya aur resistance chhod ke gaya, you know, it leaves you in a state of resistance, then I'm sure you want to change that. Yes, Retigaro.
Sir, I'll get reacted whenever people don't accept my point of view. Or whenever I'm in a situation where I'm out of my comfort zone.
Okay, then you react, right?
Yes, sir.
And then after you have reacted, if it is completely over, it's fine. Yeah. But there may be instances where you are left in a state of resistance, which will be there in anger or resentment or, you know, going on thinking about the same thing again and again. Does that also happen?
Yeah. For me, that will be a short time, sir, not
Okay, good. But is it still not an indication that something needs to change?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Something needs to change either in the situation
Yes, sir.
or in the other person or within you.
Yeah.
There are three places that change can happen, isn't it?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Right. Thank you very much. Yes, Kulwinder ji.
मेरे लिए रिएक्शन तब होता है जब मुझे लगता है कि समवन इज ट्राइंग टू डोमिनेट मी, चाहे फैमिली में हस्बैंड हो चाहे मदर इन लॉ हो, लगता है कि बेवकूफ बनाया जा रहा है, तो देन आई रिएक्ट.
लगता है, आई एम ग्लैड यू आर यूजिंग दैट टर्म, लगता है. क्योंकि कई बारी वो प्यार में आपको एडवाइस भी दे देते हैं, देन ऑल्सो यू फील कि वो डोमिनेट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. तुम कौन होते हो मुझे बोलने वाले? वेरी गुड, थैंक यू वेरी मच. यस हसीना जी, आप फरमाएं.
Yeah, I feel when things doesn't happen my way, I always react.
Yeah, when things do not happen my way. Okay.
Yeah.
So that reaction which you have, or the resistance. So you'll also notice that you have a resistance to any situation where things are not happening your way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I want you to think about, what does resistance leave you with? When you are resisting, it makes you feel good or bad? Unpleasantness.
Unpleasantness,
Yeah. And in your body,
all irritation,
that's an emotion. Yeah. And how's the body feel? Light or heavy?
very heavy.
That is a additional burden to carry during the
Yes.
day. All right, great. Thank you very much. Yes, Abhinav.
Good morning, everyone. I'm replying to your question, ki what are the times when I react? Whenever I'm not happy with myself or I'm not happy with my life, that is the time I react. Because when I'm happy with myself and I'm happy with my life, I don't react then. Everything is fine.
Hmm.
It's okay. Whatever people say, I accept it.
Hmm.
Even if someone criticizes me or, reacts in a very violent way, whatever somebody reacts, it's okay with it. It's only when I'm not happy with my life, that is the time I start reacting.
So then the question I want to ask you is that what is the time when you're not happy with your life? What's going on that you're
when I don't accept myself and my life the way it is and the way it is not. वो allowance क्या word use करते हो ना, allowance नहीं होता, that is the time I start reacting.
तो जब अलाउंस नहीं होता है तो क्या होता है?
तो allowance नहीं होता था, I'm in that survival mode. I have to prove something. How can he insult me? How can he do this to me? ये कैसे हो गया, वो कैसे हो गया, ये कैसे कर दिया? Lot of expectations are there then.
Also, do you
ऐसा
notice
नहीं होना चाहिए.
how many things you're resisting in that situation? You're resisting yourself.
Absolutely. Yes.
You're resisting
मैंने
yourself. You're resisting
yeah,
the situation also.
yeah. Absolutely. Even my own I'm not happy with my own reactions also. अरे मैंने ये कैसे कर सकता हूँ, मैं वो कैसे कर सकता हूँ, मुझे तो ये बोलना चाहिए था उसकी बजाय, या मुझे तो चुप रहना चाहिए, तो बोलने की क्या जरूरत थी.
अब वो
All those
वाकया खत्म हो गया है, बाद में भी आप
myself.
सोच रहे हो.
हाँ,
Situation is
तो
over.
निकल भी गया, मुझे ये नहीं बोलना चाहिए था, मुझे चुप रहना चाहिए था, या इसकी वजह मुझे वो बोलना चाहिए था.
और देखो कितना समय चला जाता है, कितनी एनर्जी चली जाती है when you are doing that.
Absolutely.
And that energy and attention could be used for something useful.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, very nice. Thank you very much. Amita ji.
Yes. So I am not able to understand the resistance in myself totally, but the internal resistance when I talk about. So if I'm seeing that someone is, I know that that person is not seeing the situation as like मैं उसको देख सकती हूँ इस तरीके से situation को, और वो person नहीं देख पा रहा है to see the other alternatives, to see the other things. So I want to tell that person also, and then I don't want to go into a coaching mode, into telling mode. to like, yeah, not really understanding that I'm not empathizing with the person and I'm just thinking, "Oh, ऐसा भी कर सकता है, ऐसा भी कर सकता है," kind of thing. So this conversation, I really resist at times in my.
Yeah, but one very important point which you communicated just now was, I'm unwilling, to accept their point of view,
Right.
and I feel
Right.
that they should see my point of view.
Yeah,
वो
they should.
वो
Yeah.
मेरा दृष्टिकोण नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं, कितने बड़े गधे हैं.
मेरा दृष्टिकोण से ज्यादा वो लाइफ में दूसरे चॉइसेस नहीं देख रहे. इट्स नॉट अबाउट कि मेरे से कुछ रिलेटेड है, मतलब वो लाइफ में कहीं स्टक है. एंड आई
अगर
कैन
आपने
सी
कहा
कि
ना,
ये
जो
हाँ
एग्जैक्टली आपने कहा जो मुझे दिख रहा है, इन लोगों को
हाँ
क्यों नहीं
हाँ
दिख रहा है?
हाँ हाँ राइट
क्या आपके दृष्टिकोण से आपको दिख रहा है?
राइट
उनको अपने दृष्टिकोण से कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है, क्योंकि उनका पूरा जो ध्यान है वो किसी चीज में अटका हुआ है ना. लाइक आई से योर अटेंशन इज फिक्स्ड ऑन समथिंग.
राइट राइट
व्हेन आवर अटेंशन गेट्स फिक्स्ड ऑन रेजिस्टिंग, जब लाइफ में हम प्रतिरोध करने में, फॉर समटाइम्स पीपल डोंट रिकॉग्नाइज व्हेन आई से आप रेजिस्ट कर रहे हो. So how do you know you're resisting? When your mind keeps on saying, अरे ये ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हैं, इनको ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए, ये कोई तरीका है, this should not be happening, ये नहीं होना चाहिए, ये क्यों हो रहा है? That is a very clear sign कि resistance हो रहा है. Now if you look at that person जिसको आपके दृष्टिकोण से आपको संभावनाएं नजर आ रही है, they are not able to see those possibilities.
right
Because their brain is stuck somewhere, na?
right their brain is stuck. Yeah.
But one thing definitely is there, if you're listening to them carefully,
Hmm.
when people are in that state and they are not able to see possibilities, you can ask them a question. And what question can that be?
Which question?
हाँ, वो क्या question पूछ सकते हैं आप? What question it can be?
Okay.
क्या question पूछ सकते हैं, बताइए? Somebody is stuck. आप you know it because वो आपके पास आए हैं, आपको अपना वो सुना रहे हैं.
वो I think like I am talking about the close relationships in which we share things with each other. Right. And but going into a coaching mode doesn't work always. Like somebody is coming for a coaching, that is a different thing. But if your near dear ones are sharing something with you and you started giving them coaching, ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए, ऐसे
नहीं. The good coach never tells people कि ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए वैसे.
Why? Right.
Good question where good coach will ask question, right?
Yes, right.
So what is only one question? Suppose I say you can only ask them one question. What would that question be?
How can you make it better?
Okay, maybe another question.
Okay.
Something which will focus them back. See, what is the question you can ask? Think. I know you know the question. It's not coming to your mind right now.
Right now, yeah, it's not coming right now.
Simple question, जी. You ask them, what do you want? तुम चाहते क्या हो?
Right, yeah.
See, when people are in a resistance mode, they are so busy resisting कि वो भूल जाते हैं कि हम चाहते क्या हैं. उस वक्त उनका ध्यान होता है कि what is it that they don't want. See, a lot of people come to me also, and you can see people talking also. They'll keep talking about what they don't want. This should not be happening. This should not be happening. ये नहीं होना चाहिए. ये नहीं होना चाहिए. This should not be happening. So I asked them simple question. तो क्या होना चाहिए? What do you want? क्या होना चाहिए? Then after that, if they will say, oh ये होना चाहिए, हमारा झगड़ा नहीं होना चाहिए. वहां पे भी बोलेंगे झगड़ा नहीं होना चाहिए. वैसे नहीं, झगड़ा नहीं होना चाहिए तो क्या होना चाहिए?
Okay, can I ask you one thing here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If someone is saying that I want peace and like calm in my life, and for this I am ready to get separated because I'm not able to handle the situation, and I really want peace in my mind, and I want to get separated.
Okay.
So then, yeah.
Then what?
Then what is the question? Because that person is
Then
telling me that this is what I want. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, that's what the person wants. Do you
Yeah.
want to impose your view on that person?
Yeah, this is something which is I'm thinking about
हाँ,
right now.
your view will be नहीं divorce मत लेना.
I got that.
मैं भी यही सोचूंगा, but the point is कि I will ask them if somebody says कि मुझे तो उससे अलग होना है, then only I'll get peace. You know what
Right.
question I'll ask? Okay,
Yes.
find out how to make it possible.
Okay.
पता लगाओ इसको संभव कैसे किया जाए. You're not telling them कि करवाओ या ना करवाओ. Because the moment you ask them कि अभी इसको संभव कैसे किया जाए, then their brain will start working. करूं क्या? संभव करने में तो बड़ी प्रॉब्लम. See, they are taking an easy way out. परेशानी हो रही है तो छोड़ के चले जाओ. That is called easy way out. कुछ लोग easy way out लेते हैं, suicide कर लेते हैं, they commit suicide.
Right.
That's the easy way out.
Right.
So it's I call it a turtle way of being. You give up your relationship, you give up your goal also. कि बहुत ज्यादा परेशानी हो रही है तो छोड़ के चले जाओ. हम छोड़ चले हैं महफिल को, याद आए तो रोते रहना. So when they say like that to you, you say, okay, then find out how to make it possible, na? Okay, the person like this is a lazy person. They are an escapist. So when you say how to make it possible, कि भाई मुझे छोड़ना है उसको, तो how to make it possible, immediately they'll start thinking, अरे लॉयर के पास जाना पड़ेगा, लोगों को पता लग जाएगा, क्या होगा, फिर भूल जाएंगे फिर. And then at that point, you can again ask them, what do you want? Actually, what does the person want? Peace, na?
Right. Okay. Thank
I
you.
think there is some network issue with sir. So what sir was talking, I think he'll be back soon. That if someone is looking for peace, definitely, as far as my experience is concerned, it is not somewhere outside, it is within. So I normally ask questions that what exactly can you do? Then when we ask deeply and be in the silence and keep on be in the question, then we get some answers. And it's very subjective. We all have different mindset, different situation, different personality. And based on that, we get the answers from within. And yesterday I was reading somewhere, it said that the way we think, feel, and act.
I'm back.
Think,
So
feel,
coming
and act.
back to the interaction which I was having with Amita ji. So Amita ji, when you ask them a question, what do you want? That's where we
Yes.
were, right? And then you get into, if they say कि वो मैं तो इसको छोड़ के जाना चाहता हूँ या चाहती हूँ, you say okay, so how to make it possible? Okay, and then you see what comes up. Okay. See, I am always saying this is for yourself also and for others also.
Right.
When we get into the resistance mode, the question to ask is what? Whenever, see, we all get into resistance mode, na? ये नहीं होना चाहिए.
Right.
When you get into the resistance mode, what is the question you should ask yourself?
What do you want?
Yeah, what do I want? मुझे चाहिए क्या है?
Right.
And next question will be?
How to make it possible?
Exactly. Thank you, Gunen, for taking over when I had this little interruption here. So you were saying something which I believe I might have interrupted. So just, if you want to complete it, you can complete it. Then we'll move on to Vilas.
Yeah, thank you, sir. What I was sharing is I have gone through this kind of situation. So I keep on asking question to self, and then I get answers. So it's very subjective individually. And then
Obviously.
I was telling that the way we think, feel, and act. We have a pattern and it becomes our personality, which is our personal reality. So we do have
So
the
how, okay, I got it. I got that. So you already said that, right?
No.
Okay, no need to repeat that. Thank you so much. Yes, Vilas.
A very, very good insight. As I gone through this resistance and reaction and resistance, this experience, where you mentioned that time, energy, and attention. It's focused on one of the area of resistance, and the thoughts are keep on coming. Just want to add that it stops the creativity and imagination. Then it's just a very huge loss of time, that space and the pain. That pain you gone through that. It's with negativity you go into revolt, as well as you uh, with fear, anxiety increases and uncertainty comes. So that
Okay.
phase is very, very rough, which kills your definitely creativity and imagination.
True.
It makes you very uncomfortable and very weird for day-to-day situations. Sometimes you react to normal common people in anger, or you are become insane sometimes because
That
of
is
it.
all a sign of resistance, you know.
Yeah.
When a person is resisting something, he starts behaving in a very irrational manner sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a very good time to ask, okay, like, what do I want? See, problem is key when people are going through something in their life, you know, they will live through life saying, kuch badalna chahiye. Kuch badalna chahiye. Something should change. But
Yeah,
what
yeah.
should change?
Sorry to interrupt. There is another two questions. Just I will add, like, what do you want, or what I want? Whatever happening with the resistance and reaction. Like, so what? What now? And what else?
Exactly. The moment you
What
say so what, you stop resisting. Na? हाँ है ऐसा ही है.
accept,
अभी क्या?
allowance. Yeah.
That's right.
And what now? What should be the next? What next?
That's
And
exactly.
what else is possible? What else is
Exactly.
possible? So just rather than be stuck to that point or point of view or this, just move on with the more beautiful possibilities and creativity. And this whole world is in front of us as infinite. Yeah.
Exactly. So we are walking through sometimes life with this feeling, you know, something should change. This should not happen. ये नहीं, मजा नहीं आ रहा. You know? So something needs to change, sure.
As you rightly said, there are three areas where we can change. Either we change, either we can change that. The situation has to be changed. And third thing, what you said, I just can't recollect.
You change yourself, or you change the other person, or you change the situation.
I think changing ourselves is more easy rather than changing others.
Yeah. Now,
And the situation.
I got it. Now,
Yeah.
just let me complete my sentence. Otherwise, I'll forget what I was saying. See, you want change, agreed. But a lot of time you ask them, okay, you want change, but what do you want? बदल जाएगा तो क्या चाहिए क्या है तुमको बदल के? There should be a clear objective, ना? If I don't want this, अगर मुझे ये नहीं चाहिए, तो मुझे क्या चाहिए? So the moment you ask that question to yourself or to others, कि if I don't want this, then what do I want? And when you ask that question, another question will pop into your mind. Very, very important question. Can you see that question? I mean, what I'm writing out there is, if you wish to change something, deal with what is stopping that change from happening. So if you ask yourself one question when you want to change something, what is the question? What is stopping this change from happening? Please take one practical situation in your life, gentlemen and ladies, right now, and ask yourself this question. I want to change something, all right. What is stopping that change from taking place? If I want something in my life to change, एक परिस्थिति है, something I want to change, ask a question, what is stopping that change from happening? वो बदलाव क्यों नहीं आ रहा है? That's another question to ask. Why is the change not happening? Now take something which you are actually dealing with right now, something which you are resisting a lot in your life, and ask this question, why is that change not happening? Welcome, 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 Nishit. Though it'll help if you come on time also.
Yeah, good morning. Sorry, Sukhdeep. Actually, from 7 to 7:30, I had another call prior schedule. So I'm doing a
Yeah.
TMLP program in Landmark. So 7 to 7:30 schedule रहता है. So I joined at 7:30.
Okay. चलो देर आए दुरुस्त आए तो सही.
Thank you.
It's still in that question, So when you want to change something, be in that question, what is not allowing this change to happen? So what you missed is that, mostly we live in a state of reaction and resistance. And we were identifying the things that we are resisting in our life right now.
Got it.
And when you are resisting something in your life right now, obviously you're stuck to what you're resisting. Your attention is stuck to that. So what is the question you should ask? That is where we were. And then what came out was ask a question, what do I want? Okay, in a state of resistance, I'm saying, ye nahi hona chahiye, this is what I don't want. Badi achhi baat hai yaar, you know what you don't want. But ask a question, okay, what do you want? But okay, so that's where we were till now. And then we are also looking at, all right, when you are living through life thinking something needs to change. You're into business, isn't it? So we have a lot of business people over here. And we have people who have done big businesses and retired from the business also over here. Now, the question is, when something is not changing, what will you deal with? What we'll deal with is something, either I can deal with what is inside me that is stopping the change from happening, or I'll deal with something outside of me that's stopping the change from happening. Where would you like to start? Something within you that is not allowing the change from happening? So guys, when change is not happening, what will you deal with? Something that is not allowing the change from happening. अगर परिवर्तन नहीं हो रहा है, तो वो क्या चीज है जिसकी वजह से परिवर्तन नहीं हो पा रहा है? Yes, Kasa? Now, this is the time to practically look at a situation and then ask the question, okay? Yes, Kasa.
Yes, I'm just making the note of the question and to think through it, sir. So when you want to change something, what do you want? I think what you want was the third one. What is the second question, sir?
So are you kind of having some time lag between receiving the question and thinking of the answer? Okay, what I'm asking is, what is it when something is not changing? Now listen to this one. When something is not changing in your life, right? Find out what is it that is not allowing that change to happen. Is there a point of view that is not allowing the change to happen? A fixed point of view? See, I cannot prescribe the other questions because you'll have to ask. The basic question is, when change is not happening, जब बदलाव नहीं हो रहा, then ask the question, what is not allowing the change to take place? It could be within me or it could be outside of me or wherever. What is it that's not allowing change to happen? You got that question, Kasa?
Yes, sir. I was asking about the previous one, sir.
Which one?
You
That
said
one we've covered in detail with Dr. Amita. I covered that in detail. So I would recommend that you ask for the recording and listen to it.
Fine, sir.
है ना? Because again, I'll have to revise the whole thing for everybody. So what is it that you missed? Why don't you ask me that? I think you heard most of it. What have you missed? Hello?
What is stopping?
That was
What
the
is stop-
question. Yeah, that was the last part. I said, if change is not happening, what is stopping the change from happening? What is stopping it? That is where we are. Okay. So I invite you to look into that and see if something is not changing, what is stopping that change from happening? Yes, Vilasi.
Well, so Deepak ji, here the thing which stops me as anxiety, what will happen in the future. Second thing, the mindset of the habit, the existing habits, laziness, like I have to work more if I have to change the things. It is more painful. And I need approval from others. Like, okay, whatever I'm going to change, it is, if anything goes wrong, they will support me. Or if the security of financial security, if something goes wrong, I will called as a failure, and that will again social, personal, financial impact. So again, it's come to the anxiety. What will happen? Thank you.
All right. So you notice a very nicely identified by Vilas. Okay. Because he's looking practically into a situation. So can you repeat these points that you just made? First one is anxiety. Anxiety and fear.
Second one is the mindset. What I used to think, people whom I associated, I have to leave the friend. I'm just adding to that. I have to leave the association of the people whom I'm currently spending time with.
Maybe.
Okay, that second thing is habit and the pain area. I mentioned that habit and the pain and approval from the others.
Okay, so take
Like-
habit, for example. What is not allowing change to happen is my own habits. You very rightly identified. My habits are not aligned with my intention to change. Then change will not happen. Right?
Yeah.
And then you said something about getting the approval of people.
If I failed, these people will be with me because I'm changing. And whenever I feel I'm changing, some people say, "Oh, pagal ho gaya? Why you are doing like that?"
Right. So what will you have to now deal with? Can you see? It's not just one thing you're dealing with. You'll have to deal with your habits. You'll have to deal with anxiety, which is an unnecessary emotion. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So we have taught you a tool in the EMC how to deal with these kind of emotions. Which one is that?
Just I'm blank.
It's called discretion, beta.
Discretion, yeah.
You also learned access bars. So which bar will you run if you are experiencing anxiety? Behind the ears, there are these 3 points, like kindness, gratitude, peace, and calm.
Yeah.
Try running that one. See what happens. See, the point is, once you identify that thing which is not allowing you to change a situation, we can deal with it. No? If it is a habit, you can deal with the habit. You'll say, but sir, I'm not able to change my habit. Most difficult thing to change is habit. Okay. So what we are doing here, my dear friends, every day is dealing with all those things in your life which are called as interferers. Remember the formula? P is equal to small p minus I. So we all have the potential, right? We've got everything, experience, knowledge, and the ability to acquire knowledge, everything that we've got. But what is stopping us is something called interferers. वो चीजें जो हमको रोकती हैं. So Vilasi has very beautifully given a list of some interferers which are not stopping him from changing. And these interferers are mental, physical, emotional, energetic interferers. Now, those who have done our access programs will know that energetic interferers are always behind it. Correct? So deal with what is stopping you from changing is what we are talking about. So anybody else is identifying anything else which is not stopping you from changing this morning? Those are called interferers, by the way. We call them interferers. Here you are, a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being who deserves to be loved and respected for who you are. You are that. And yet, something is stopping you from giving your 100%. That's what we are dealing with. So what stops you from changing what you want to change is the question. Ashok ji, sometime back your hand was raised. Is there something you'd like to add to the conversation? Ashok ji?
Because I wanted to cut off audio and that time it got raised.
Acha, then your hand got raised. Never mind. Okay, Vipin ji.
Sir, although Vilas ji has done so much detail, but still what I wanted to say is कि ऐसा कौन सा सुख आपने पाल रखा है जो आप करना चाह रहे हो वो होने नहीं दे रहा है. तो वो जो सुख है, वो जो हैबिट है, वो जो नजरिया है आपका, वो आपको बदलना पड़ेगा. वो उन्होंने बहुत ज्यादा डिटेल में समझाया, तो मेरे पास तो यही 3 शब्द हैं और एक छोटा सा शेर सामने आ गया. सुकून की सांस लेता हूँ, अपने में ही मस्त हूँ. सुकून की सांस लेता हूँ, अपने में ही मस्त हूँ. मैं ही अपनी जीत हूँ, मैं ही अपनी शिकस्त हूँ.
वाह 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 वाह, क्या बात है. थैंक यू वेरी मच. आपने सबको याद दिला दिया कि इट्स टाइम फॉर शायरी, बट वी स्टिल हैव another 10 minutes to go. Okay. So what is, just be in this question today. What is it that is not allowing change to happen in my life? See,
Sir,
change
can I
is
say?
yeah, definitely. Please go ahead.
I think it is, sir, the stubbornness of I want things my way in my comfort zone.
It is the stubbornness. Why are you not on the camera, Vibhuti ji?
Just a minute, sir.
हाँ जी, बताइए.
Yeah. So it is the stubbornness of I want things my way in my comfort zone. So
I want
whenever I
things
try
in
to,
my way.
yeah, and whenever I try to change that situation and getting out of that comfort zone, changing my habits, I pull myself back into it. No. This is not what I want. And then I go back into that old self and then I question again.
It's a very interesting situation, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
why in landmark they call it a racket. You have not done the landmark, so you will not know. Right? You want to get out of the situation also, but you don't want to get out of it because it's not comfortable.
Exactly.
So I'd rather be,
Yes.
uncomfortable. Let me enjoy my discomfort. I know I need
Yes.
to change. बदलना तो चाहिए. जरूरी होता है बदलना. मेरे अरमान पूरे होने
It's
चाहिए.
too much of work. It's too much of work. That's what, it's too much of work to do it.
मेहनत
It's
कौन
better the way
करेगा?
it is. हाँ.
मेहनत कौन करेगा? बिना कुछ किए मिल
Yes.
जाना चाहिए सब कुछ. That's why I keep saying हमारे देश में ना कुछ ऐसे लोग होते हैं कि आप खाना परोस भी दो, ठीक है ना,
हाँ.
और फिर निवाला भी बना दो, फिर निवाला उनके मुंह में भी डाल दो, फिर उनके जबड़े को पकड़ के उसको चबवाओ भी. That's what they're expecting. ठीक है ना? They don't want to even chew themselves. नहीं, बड़ी मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी. कौन करेगा? करवा दो यार. Somebody will invent a machine that will make you auto chew your food. यहाँ पे लगा देंगे. Nitesh, you are a technical guy, right? Something to do with artificial intelligence or something, I presume. So we can create a small motorized device fitted inside the mouth or jaws of the people, which will help them to chew also. Great inventions came from lazy people. Who is going to get up and change the channel on the TV? So invent a remote.
Remote control.
So all inventions come from lazy people. So hire a few lazy people, they'll come out with good ideas. Okay. Yes, Kunen ji. आपको शेर याद आ गया या प्रश्न याद आ गया?
No, just thank you, sir. I just wanted to add on. I'm reminding myself and a statement from Viktor Frankl.
Hmm.
He said that when a man can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. So
Hmm.
what I'm getting from this conversation is that I must know what exactly is the meaning of my
objective.
life.
Not meaning only. What do I want in my life? I say, what should my life look like?
True.
What is
So that
important in my life?
if there's a clarity, then I can manage all the distractions and all such a stuff which will stop me to get it done.
Very nice. And you will not waste your time on inconsequential things.
Yeah.
जब हाथी चल रहा होता है तो रास्ते में बकरी आएगी तो उसको ऐसे हटा देते हैं ना कटक करके. See, if you have very strong sense of purpose, that's why always when somebody is stuck, even if you're stuck and you're resisting something, good question to ask is, what is it that I really want? What do I want now? My attention is fixed on what I don't want. Let me find out what is that I want and I fix my attention on that. So my purpose is a very strong desire. Okay. And if I can be there, and from time to time, these interferers will come, sidetrack you. अब ये reaction हो गया, my buddy staff has gone on leave without my permission. रोज लेट आता है, जो promise करता है करता नहीं है. निकालूं ना निकालूंगा तो फिर दूसरा मिलेगा नहीं, competencies वाला. Oh, we get stuck up in that kind of a conversation. It's all a part of resistance conversation. What do you want? Even when a guy in your office is behaving like that, you can ask him, okay, boss, this is what is happening. What do you want? Do you want to be successful or do you want to be a failure? Successful, sir. Really? Then what do you think you're doing? It will allow you to be successful. I don't know, sir. Well, if you keep doing what you're doing, you'll certainly lose your job. Will that make you a success? Questions are very, very powerful, you know that? See, one of the 6 qualities of a leader, leader has to wear 6 hats. 6 hats, He has to be an enabler, he has to be a captain, he has to be a navigator, he has to be a role model, he has to be a coach. It's very easy to resist the behavior of our staff members or others. But what is it going to serve? Ask yourself, if I'm resisting something, how is it going to serve me? मुझे उससे क्या योगदान मिलने वाला है? If I'm just resisting something, अगर मैं किसी चीज का प्रतिरोध कर रहा हूं, what am I going to get out of it? So what do I want? And the next question is, how can I make this possible? People will come and tell you, sir, this is not possible. You tell them, okay, beta, let us find out how to make it possible. I don't need people to come and tell me why something is not possible. Let us work together and find out how to make it possible. Isn't that a nice question to ask, guys? So if you want to change something, moral of the story is refocus on what is it that you really want, and then be in a question, what is it? How can I make it possible? Okay. So that's our learning for the day. Anybody has something to share? Kulvinder ji, anything coming up for you? Priya, Sharad ji, Kalpana ji, Amita ji, Dheeraj. Anything you want to say before we close the session today? Yes, Kulvinder.
For me, मेरे रास्ते में आ रहा है मेरा laziness और चाहिए सब कुछ बस बैठे बैठे मिल जाना चाहिए. I could say I am the laziest, मतलब सबसे lazy मैं ही हूँ इस group में.
तो ये बताएं आप कि am I using my label? मैंने अपने आप को एक label लगा दिया judgment. I am lazy. Am I using it to justify my inaction?
Actually.
I mean, it doesn't buy you anything, na?
Nothing.
So what happens if you drop the label?
I will be in action and will be satisfied and happy.
Yeah, and is it the truth? And why are you lying to yourself कि I'm a lazy person? अपने घर वालों से पूछो, वो बताएंगे आपको आप कितने लेजी हो. झूठ बोल रही हो ना अपने आप से. It is a lie that we tell ourselves to postpone something or procrastinate something. And there are some areas in your life, कि यार इतना कुछ इसको change करने में बड़ा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा. And then you can always say कि नहीं, I'm a lazy person. Very good, शाबाश. Lazy एक मिठाई है, उसको बैठ के खाते रहना सर. I am lazy, I am lazy.
I get that.
Yeah, so how do I make it possible if you are in that question?
Sure.
And remember, we were talking one more thing the other day called unreasonable. Okay. So just ask that question. If I am going to be unreasonable, what will I do now? See, what is probably happening is ki if you want to change something, it looks like, oh my God, I'll have to do so many things. Oh, that's too much. Even like Vibhuti was saying, right? That's the time to ask yourself this question. Am I willing to be unreasonable?
And the
Can I
other
be
thing,
unreasonable now?
the other thing popped up in my mind is कि जो क्वेश्चन मेरे को ट्रिगर करा, जो मेरे को जिसने जो मैं अपने आप को इंक्वायरी में डाल रही हूँ, व्हाट आई रियली वांट फ्रॉम माय लाइफ एक्चुअली. So I am putting myself in this question today.
Definitely want a lot of money.
वो बैठे बैठाए आ जाए. घर वालों से आ जाए.
अगर आपको बैठे बैठाए मिल भी गया ना, तो आपको अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. You will not enjoy it. फिर आपके दिमाग में और चीजें चलेंगी. Like हराम की कमाई ज्यादा दिन नहीं टिकती है. Stuff like that. So it's a very interesting conversation because I'm now thinking of another topic for tomorrow. You're most welcome. Thank you. Yes, Priya.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I want to ask one thing. Why is it that we are saying what is it that I want? Why aren't we shifting to what is it that I desire?
Wait, what is it that I desire, Baba? Use the word. Thank you very much for reminding me.
Yep.
What is it that I desire? So what do you desire? Yeah.
I desire consistency.
And so to be consistent, what will you have to be? Reasonable or unreasonable?
Unreasonable and take some preemptive measures actually.
So what does an unreasonable person do?
Just looks beyond what is stopping them. Stopping.
Every time the word because comes in his mind, when you're not doing something.
Yeah.
Oh, because I don't feel like something. Because it is very difficult. Because my family is not allowing me. Because I don't know what to do. When this because comes, unreasonable person will say, me cause. Find out how to make it possible.
Yeah. Be in the question. Yes.
No, find out how to make it possible. See, we live in a either or universe, either this or that.
Right. Yeah.
You're doing something, you say, chalo, ye ho gaya na, chalo ghar chalo. Mind, there's something, 2 things more you could have done. Nahi, bas, itna hi kafi. Ho gaya kaam khatam. We don't look at how to make both things possible. Are you getting that?
Yeah.
So unreasonable fellow will say, okay, is it necessary for me to give up one thing in order to have another? No, not necessary. I can have both also. Just try it out for 4 days, being unreasonable. Every time you are slowing down your speed or putting some brakes or not doing something for some reason or the other, ask yourself, am I going to be unreasonable now? I'm not going to accept any reasons why something cannot be done. Remember this. I'm not going to accept any reason why something cannot be done. One more time. I'm not going to accept any reason why something cannot be done. One more time. I am not going to accept any reason why something cannot be done. I will find out how to make it possible. That's how great things are done in this world. Yeah, I will find out how to make it possible. How is that for a motto for the day? अगर आपको जुमले चाहिए, ये नया जुमला है. I will find out how to make it possible.
मस्त है, मस्त.
मस्त है. All right. We've got a couple of minutes now. Hasina ji, shairi from you.
Okay. पैर की मोच, सॉरी,
हसीना जी.
पैर की मोच और छोटी सोच हमें आगे बढ़ने नहीं देती.
वाह 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 वाह.
The two more lines. छोटी कलम और औरों की जलन खुद का भाग्य लिखने नहीं देती. काम का आलस और पैसे की लालच हमें महान बनने नहीं देती.
Fantastic. Okay, we are not going to translate that. Yes, Vilas, you got a share today.
Sorry, by mistake. I just want to clap.
Oh,
That's
okay,
it.
very good, very good, very good. हाँ भाई
कुछ
अभिनव,
सुना, कुछ सुनाइए उसमें क्या विलास जी.
हाँ सुनाई दीजिए. जब हाथ खड़ा हो ही गया तो.
सर मैंने बहुत बात किया है, तो आई थिंक देयर आर अदर पीपल टू बी डिजर्व टू बी हैविंग.
अरे हम पार्लियामेंट नहीं है, हम आपको ये नहीं बोलेंगे चुप चुप बैठ. हम आपको ऐसे नहीं बोलेंगे चुप
कुछ
बैठ.
कुछ कुछ दो पंक्तियां. अभिनव आपका गाना कुछ है आज?
गाना तो नहीं है, लेकिन कल मेरी डॉटर ने जो पूना में पढ़ के मुझे एक 2 लाइनें भेजी हैं, बड़ी अच्छी है, तो फुल ऑफ कॉमेडी, बट लेट मी शेयर इट विद यू. पूजा भी करता हूँ, जाप भी करता हूँ, कहीं देवता ना बन जाऊं, इसलिए पाप भी करता हूँ.
Sin to be human. Hindu.
This one has to be translated, you know. I do all the prayers and everything, all the rituals, you know, but I do some little bit of sins also so that I don't become a god. Wow, wow, wow. Kya baat. Very good. Okay, who else is there? Vipin ji, aapki to shairi ho chuki hai. I don't know, Nitish, do you do some shairi from time to time? Only after you have a few pegs or what?
No. I am learning this art, and this is great something that I will definitely look forward to. But currently, I don't have that magic.
ये सब ओरिजिनल थोड़ी हैं. कुछ ओरिजिनल होते हैं, कुछ पढ़ के सुनाते हैं, बट सबका मन बहलाते हैं. And interestingly, you know, शायरी or poetry, it can give you distinctions in a way nothing else can.
Because it keeps you open-ended, so everybody is open for their own interpretation. So
absolutely,
it's like asking a question to themselves.
Exactly.
As we said, today that keep on asking questions, and asking the question is the best way to open up the possibilities for somebody.
Yes. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, who else is there now? Our shayars. Kuldeep ji is not there today, so we will ask Kunan to close it with a shairi. Exactly, we are 1 minute over time.
Thank you, sir. आज जो शेर अर्ज कर रहा हूँ जनाब के अर्ज किया है कि कटेंगे पर मेरे फिर भी मेरी परवाज बोलेगी. परवाज इज उड़ान. कटेंगे पर मेरे फिर भी मेरी परवाज बोलेगी. मेरी खामोशियों में भी मेरी आवाज बोलेगी. मेरी खामोशियों में भी मेरी आवाज बोलेगी. और अर्ज किया है कि कहाँ तक तुम मिटाओगे मेरी हस्ती मेरा जज्बा. कहाँ तक तुम मिटाओगे मेरी हस्ती मेरा जज्बा. ये मिट्टी जर्रे जर्रे से मुझे जाबाज बोलेगी.
वाह 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 वाह, fantastic. Venkatesh ji, you happy? Today we had a lot of shairi. Okay, now before we close the session, Vilas suddenly remembered some shairi. Okay, go ahead.
Well, sir. जिंदगी है बस 4 दिन की. जिंदगी है बस 4 दिन की. कुछ भी ना गिला कीजिए, कुछ भी ना गिला कीजिए. दवा, जहर, जाम, इश्क, जो मिले मजा कीजिए.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah.
Nice,
All
nice.
right. On that note, let us do a little bit of power of generation. If you could
Yeah.
generate any emotion, what would you like to generate now? Happiness
Laughter.
and joy.
Happiness.
Right. So when I say 1, 2, 3, we will all laugh 100%. 1, 2, 3, go. All right. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow morning. God bless you. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
day.
Thank you.
Bless
God bless
everyone.
all.